This is Ljubljana. It is small, just like the country of Slovenia, but I will point out that Ljubljana is bigger than the capitals of Iceland, Malta, Switzerland, and Luxembourg. It has a castle, unlike Iceland. It has huge forested parks, unlike Malta. It speaks its own language, unlike Luxembourg. And you can drink, say, 10 beers for the price of one in Switzerland. So obviously, Ljubljana is, by all the metrics above, the best European capital. Oh yeah, it's also pretty. Really, really pretty. We moved to the city a year ago, and we're still peeling away at the layers of what makes this place so interesting. Here are some interesting facts. Ljubljana is very young. It's only been the capital city of an independent Slovenia for about 35 years. But it was established as a Roman garrison town called Emona in the 1st century AD. The city is named after the mighty river that flows through it, called the Ljubljanica. The origin of this name is debated, but it does sound a lot like Ljubljana, or the beloved, so we'll go with that. Straddling the river are 17 bridges. This includes the almost famous 3 bridges. Why build one when you can have 3? Designed by the intriguing architect Plečnik. There is the creatively named Dragon Bridge, guarded by, well, dragons. And there is the updated Butcher's Bridge. Butchers were often located on bridges as it made it easy to clean the carcasses and blood from their animals. This bridge now has a statue of Prometheus, who had his liver eaten by birds. It was also designed to carry the weight of many locks that people attach to it. People that are in love, or out of love, or looking for love, or that have had their hearts butchered and stomped on. Whatever the reason, put a lock on Butcher's Bridge. But enough with facts. You can find all this online. What is Ljubljana really like? One of the first things you notice is that the people here are active, and the cafes are full. Slovenia in general counts as one of the most active populations in the world, especially children. They have pedestrianized large parts of the old town, and there are bike lanes all over the city. Okay, it ain't Copenhagen or Amsterdam, where the entire population bikes to work, but better than, say, most places in Canada. We have seen almost exactly 0 cases of road rage, bikers versus cars, and this is because the bike lanes are well designed. I mentioned cafes are full. The other national sport here is going for a coffee. These are often placed right next to playgrounds. Kids are happy, parents are happy. On a clear day, which I'll get into later, you can see the Alps, meaning that mountains and skiing and hiking and mushroom picking are a short drive away. Within the city, there is even a massive central park called Tivoli Park, so you don't need to leave the city to go hiking and running or even chestnut gathering. Tivoli Park used to have a proper ski jumping facility, which you can still find, overgrown with foliage. The citizens of Ljubljana are typically reserved, but polite. Greeting strangers on the street here is not really a thing. But get the Slovenian into a forest and onto a hike, sporting their hiking poles, and they will happily greet anyone they run into on the path. I like to think of this whole country as the Shire from Lord of the Rings. The hobbits are really happiest in their Shire on the land. Slovenians are like hobbits, most jovial in nature, harvesting grapes, tasting wine, enjoying prosciutto in the vineyard cellar, or just walking in fields of gold. No city is ideal, but there is still enough of the Shire in Slovenian cities to put everyone at ease. Don't get me wrong, Slovenians are not mere hobbits. There is also a very cosmopolitan streak going on here. Surrounded by bigger countries, Slovenians have adapted and are some of the most multilingual people you will meet. English is almost universally spoken, along with the usual other suspects of German, Italian, Croatian, etc. The average car for sale in Slovenia seems to have 300,000 kilometers on it. I still don't know why, but I have some ideas. While daily commutes are short here, people still travel. A lot. Why not, if you have within 1 hour's drive away 3 countries at your disposal? Austria, Italy, and Croatia are a hop and skip away. Munich and Vienna are not that far. So I guess this geographic position allows people to travel often. Comparing to our city in Canada, I would say that we really only had maybe 2 other cities worth driving to in one day, and that was it really. It was kinda the reverse of here, long commutes and little travel. Food, the third national pastime. Like a lot of European countries, good food is important here. School children are fed a warm meal, which is an early dinner in school. People still shop for food more often here, maybe even daily. And this is not a problem because there are grocers within a 5-minute walk from most places. There is not much in the way of typical fast food here, but you do have the cheese pies and hamburgers too, just more tasty. Because they are like hobbits, every Slovenian seems to have a connection to a farm. They will get random bags of vegetables, schnapps, and olive oil from some hidden corner of the country. I read somewhere that Slovenia has by far the most farms per capita in the known world, which means they are really small and mostly private. But zooming out from all of this detail, what is Ljubljana? It is a human-sized city where you can get to know it comfortably in a few days. The center has mostly escaped the brutalist wrath of socialist 1970s design. In parts of the city, you could say it is a smaller brother of Prague, and indeed many Czech and Slovenian architects were involved in designing both cities, so this shouldn't be a surprise. Ljubljana and Slovenia in general has won the geographic lottery. A sweet spot in the middle of a sweet spot. The whipped cream on the cake baked in the Shire. And now I'll let the polka accordion maestro take us away to the outro of the video while walking on the right bank of the river along busy cafes in the sunshine.